Peace. Well rising, well rising. So let's begin in prayer. Heavenly Father, Mother God, creator of all things, the master of this day, man, it didn't start out the best for me within so far, but this circle is going to make it even better, especially with prayer. If you wake up and sometimes you just wake up on the wrong side of the bed, maybe because you had some bad dreams or just some kind of agitations or body aches and pains and all the things, or maybe your family or somebody's complaining around you and it's just like, the day just did not start well and it started as cloudy as it looks outside right now. Let's pray about it. So spirit guides, angels, ancestors, I just thank you, Yahweh. Thank you, Creator. Thank you, Master. Thank you for this wonderful day. Thank you for providing for us. Thank you for providing for us. Thank you so much. Thank you for supporting us, Master, Creator. Thank you, angels, the tribe of light, however you call that heavenly team of yours, the heavenly beings of yours that are on our side to make sure that we thrive. We thank you, we thank you, we thank you for another wonderful day. Thank you for your patience and for your guardianship and for your assistance in all the things that we're doing today, whether big and small. Thank you so much. And thank you. Please surround us with your heavenly white light of protection. Please surround this faith prayer circle with your heavenly white light of protection. Please surround all our faith prayer warriors with your white light of protection, and our families and our friends and everybody connected to us in our communities. And please surround our financial health with your heavenly white light of protection. Ground us to the earth star, ground us and center us and connect us to the heavens as well. Nice. Many, many blessings to you. Many, many blessings to you. For those of you that are new, my name is Raven Jasmine, and I am a psychic medium. I also channel, and I'm a yoga instructor, a holistic health coach, and a mom. And so a few of the things that I love to do is guide through prayer circles, but also hold space for people who are needing a little bit of clarity, and guide people through how to connect with their intuition deeper and those psychic skills, those omnipresent skills that we have, an ability to tap in to, so you too can do this kind of thing or access that and not need someone like me. But when I go into prayer circle, I tend to channel sometimes the spirit beings, that spirit tribe, our creators, divine intelligence, really just tapping into that part of the universe that has more intelligence than I in this physical body. So I tap into that and allow myself to be a conduit so that you can hear the message too. And right now they were saying, I'm hearing from the universe, many blessings are being sent to you. And I'm only the delivery lady, I say. It doesn't make me important. It doesn't make me, better than you or better than anything, because you can also train yourself, clean your vessel enough so that you too can be a clear conduit for the messages to come through that are beyond the wisdom of your understanding in this finite reality. So I just tap into that, and I thank you so much, Creator, and I thank you so much to our spirit team and for their blessings. I thank you. And I also thank Yeshua. I love Yeshua. I love Mary. I love Oshun. So those of you who are new, this is a non-denominational prayer circle. We mostly focus on prayer, and then we also go into just concepts and ideas that come up intuitively. And you're so welcome to bring up texts, to bring information that you would like to explore together, and we can see if it holds true and stands the test of time with our intuition, with our spirit, and elevate and liberate even our minds. Prosperity is yours is what I hear the spirit is saying right now. Prosperity is yours. Prosperity is yours. Prosperity is ours, and it already has been and always will be if we just look around and we can see, right? So I just want to send many, many blessings through that way, but also complete this prayer and say, I give thanks. I give thanks for another day. I'm so grateful. I'm grateful that my kids got to school on time. I'm grateful for their father taking them to school. I'm grateful for this home that I currently have a roof over my head. I'm grateful for the food that I get to eat, for these clothes I get to wear, that I get to doll myself up and look a little cute. I'm grateful for this tea that I have next to me with my vitamins, with my minerals in it, with some charamprash in it, and some shilajit in it. And it's a dandelion root tea for my liver, for my organs. I'm so grateful for it. I'm grateful for the clean water that I have right now, that I have access to as well, in the capability to heat it up so it warms and nourishes and soothes my organs. I'm so grateful for the meat that I get to eat occasionally to give protein to my body, and the days that I just have veggies too, so that I can just nourish whatever is needed there. I'm grateful for the many blessings of this prayer circle, the many friendships that have come from this prayer circle, the many connections that have come and have been united and made in this prayer circle between other faith prayer warriors. And I'm so grateful for the sun coming out right now, as it was just cloudy, and the sun is coming out even more. I'm so grateful as I look around, and I'm really grateful for all the tools that I have. I'm grateful for this moment that I've manifested. I just heard Spirit say, I've manifested this moment. And I'm grateful for you watching this and increasing your faith with me. So for those of you who may have been following us for a minute, you could see that we're ongoing with a series, completing these cards, cards from Yogananda's wisdom. And we already went over a few. We did part 1, part 2, part 3, and I believe this is a part 4 now. And we already went over faith, Yogananda's wisdom, and understanding on faith, perseverance, wisdom, cheerfulness, and patience. And this time we're going to go on fate. So fate was the next card that I felt that the universe is wanting to go over now. I also am hearing right now that Yeshua is saying to just remind us of some Bible verses. Because we are occasionally going over some Bible verses and different texts, not just the Bible, because I truly know and believe that we are one. So even though I am a follower of Christ, I also am Buddhist. I also am a yoga. I'm into the yoga traditions, the yogic traditions, the yogic wisdom, the Ayurvedic wisdom, the Tao wisdom, Egyptian wisdom, the Yoruba, Ifa traditions, just many, because I understand that all of these are the Native American wisdom, Japanese wisdom, Chinese wisdom. All of these are based in one root, and that is the connection with Source. And because of the differences of how we are, who we are, and where we are placed in the world, we translate it differently, of course, and that's okay. And so for those of you who are okay with that, this is the place for you. You are welcome here. You're welcome to explore your faith, to increase your faith, because the most important thing that I've noticed, well, a common denominator, I would say, that I've noticed with each of these faiths, no matter where we are in the world, the one thing that unites us for sure is the foundation and wisdom that gets us to love and prayer. Every single faith communicates with Source, communicates with God, communicates with Creator, communicates with the Master. Every single faith, no matter where we are from the world, no matter how we believe, no matter how we get to the belief, no matter what directions up and down, the way you explain it, that we get to the wisdom and understanding of how to love and be more loving, or activating love within us. We all pray. We all connect with the Creator, with that Master. And the divine wisdom, at least the traditional, original wisdoms of each of these faiths are all based in love and are all based in connection and communication with that which is within. So only some of it has been miscommunicated, mistranslated, and that's semantics. We're not going to go over any of that. That doesn't matter. That doesn't matter here if things have been mistranslated. That's why we together are going over different texts that come up intriguing to us or that has inspired us over the course of our faith journey. And we discuss it. We go over it and we let ourselves feel and practice feeling our intuition to see, does this still hold true for me in this present time? Does this feel good? Does this still stand the test of time? And we all know there's some wisdom that has been here for more than thousands of years, right? BC, right? Before Christ, that still holds the test of time. Why? Because it's truth, because it works and it liberates you, right? So we're going to explore some of that very slowly and over time. There's no rush. But most of all, we're going to connect with Source. We here connect with Source and we pray. And I just give thanks. I give thanks to the angels, to the spirit guides, the ancestors, the guardians, the warring angels, the tribe of light, all that is of the highest and best intention and love and grace and respect for us, for life, for all. I thank you, I thank you, I thank you. And so we just want to give praises for you. Those of you who want to give your praises and your thanks, you can lift your hands up now and go ahead and give your praise, give your thanks, and all glory goes to God. All glory goes to the Creator, the one who is omnipresent, meaning everywhere, can see all things, in every moment, past, present, and future, knows everything, beyond everything, beyond everything, beyond everything, and yet is also in this present moment and is grace. We thank you so much. And even more than what I just said, I don't know, there's so much more to that energy, but it's that essence that is in all things. She is that essence that is in all things. And so we give thanks for that essence that powers you and that powers me, that powers the very things that we're touching, that powers the very elements that are out there and everything inside of this body as well, that makes us and helps us enjoy being aware. So we just thank that element, that God source component, that creator, the master, the divine. All things are Yahweh's. Yes, and I thank you, Yahweh. I thank you. Thank you so much to the Creator, to the Master. Many blessings we'll receive. So in this moment, we are covered with the divine heavenly white light, the shield of protection from any evil, any negative entities and energies, regardless of source. We call upon that as well. Of the Creator, of the tribe of light, of the angels, we ask for the sweet angel kisses and angel wings of protection, impenetrable wings of protection to wrap around us, wrap around this faith prayer circle, ensure that no evil, no entities, no negative energies, regardless of source, can penetrate our circle and this and our mental space, our emotional space, our psychic space, our physical, spiritual, creative, financial space, in any kind of way that would try to harm us or anyone else involved or anyone around us. And I thank you so much for protecting our circles and keeping our faith strong and keeping our prayer clear and keeping us in alignment with grace. All is well, and I give you thanks, Yahweh, in Jesus Christ's name. I like to pray, but you guys know I acknowledge all faiths. And so it is. So let's go over this fate. This card, so I got these little cards by Yogananda. Okay, maybe you could see. And there's a bunch of them. And they have little sayings on them. And it's just little sections from maybe a book that he's written or something, or some wisdom that he spoke from his realizations and experience. And so this one is about faith. fate. There is no such thing as fate. You make your own destiny. God has given you independence to shut out his power or let it in. You have more strength to overcome difficulties than you have troubles to overcome. You can remedy your mistakes because God has given you reason and will. First, you must make up your mind, then hold your will steady to your purpose until it is completed. Discipline yourself to develop your sleeping spiritual powers. Claim your divinity. Unite your consciousness with God and receive blessings direct from his hand. Okay, so that's interesting. I love what he was saying, that there's no such thing as fate. Well, that's interesting to understand. You make your own destiny. So that right away puts the power into our hands. And it says God has given you independence to shut out his power or let it in. So that talks about we have free will. We have free will to use God's power within us or to not. We have the free will to let it shine through us. And that's almost like what I was saying about even being a conduit. I can allow that omnipresent divine wisdom that comes from beyond this physical understanding to just come through, or I could shut it off and say, nope, nope, don't want to hear it. And we have that choice. So it even makes sense to, or it even now to me makes sense why condemning each other for these kinds of things really doesn't make sense, right? It's not really a good thing to do to condemn another person for their connection with source, or vice versa, for their lack of connection with source, to condemn another brother or sister because they don't have a connection with source. And so I know I've been guilty of that, right? Condemning a person and being condemned. So I just ask for forgiveness. I ask for forgiveness and for my conscience to be cleared on that. I thank you so much for clearing me with that. And you can ask the same too. Clear. And in the Christian faith, we call it sins. But we also know that the word, if you look up the word sin, means going against one's self. It doesn't mean what a lot of Christian churches have maybe back in the day, or maybe even presently, have translated it as if it's this bad thing that you're doing against society, but or in God's eyes, right? And in a sense, it is, right? But it's really about oneself. So going against one's self. Because if you think about it, when you hurt your brother, you do hurt yourself. When you hurt your mother, you do hurt yourself. When you hurt your friend, you do hurt yourself. When you hurt your community, you do hurt yourself. When you hurt nature, you hurt yourself, right? When you think negative thoughts, you hurt yourself. So it's, in a sense, it is that, but it's not. I mean, you guys know. If comment below if you know exactly what I'm talking about, or let me know, how has the word sin come up in your experience? How was it taught to you, or what was your misunderstanding or your understanding of the word sin? And if you look it up, let me see. Please quote it, and let's hear what you found. But this is interesting because it's letting us know that we have that free will to let God's power work through us, that's within us, or to just shut it down. We could do that if we want. So that means we have access to a divine intelligence that's higher than our physical capability and experience and understanding, if we so choose to access it. Because if you don't choose to utilize God's energy that's within you, does that mean you're still not living? No, you're still living. It says God has given you independence to shut out his power or let it in. So whether you decide to shut it out or not, you're still living this life. But that must then mean there's something beyond this. There's experience, there's capability beyond this physical experience and understanding, what we're capable to understand on our own. It says you have more strength to overcome difficulties than you have troubles to overcome. Oh, man, I needed to hear that right now. That's a good reminder. It says that we have more strength to overcome the difficulties that we perceive are difficult than the many difficulties that we are perceiving there are. So that's just a reminder of how strong we are. And with that dedication and that perseverance, we could overcome anything, no problem, especially with Source. You can remedy your mistakes because God has given you reason and will. So this is also saying again that we have willpower, we have capabilities that Spirit has given to us, physical and, if we so choose, those non-physical things. And let's get on that for a second. So when we're talking about physical and non-physical, right? So for those of you who are interested in that kind of world of things, of the non-physical, you have 5 senses, right? We have 5 senses. This is how one of the ways that I came to understand more of me and more of my capability, and how I tapped into channeling, and how I tapped into accessing more of that mysterious, mystical, amazing conduit capability that we all can do. It's just not everybody choose to go to the gym to work out those muscles, right? So we all have the 5 senses. We have taste, we have touch, we have our sight, we have hearing, and we have knowing. Okay, or no, not knowing. What are all the senses? Did I say them all right? I think I said them all right. You know what I mean. Anyways, we have all those physical senses, right? But then we go into the non-physical senses, and this is where the knowing one comes in. Knowing is one of those senses that are non-physical. And knowing is, most people would even say that that is like intuition, right? That's close to being intuition, or that is intuition. But then we also have some people who are born with this ability to be able to hear spirit a little more clearly. And it's not a physical ear hearing that they're utilizing. There's a different way that they're hearing something, right? Then we also heard of people who can see ghosts or see spirits. And they're not necessarily seeing it with the physical eye. There's something else happening there, right? But we also have this space of seeing as well that is not a physical space to see. The third eye, they call it. This eye within. And if you are confused about what this eye does, go ahead and try this. Close your eye. If you're confused, like, what? I have 3 eyes, right? There's one here, there's one here, one here. And we say here because this is just directly the point of where the pineal gland is, in the center of the brain. You can even maybe go here, here in the back of the brain. But here, it goes straight back to the middle. We can't really reach it, right? But if you utilize that capability in there, there's an eye. And if you want to prove to yourself that you have a third eye, if you close your eyes, close your normal eyes, right? Close those 2, what do you see? Most likely nothing, or the back of your eyelid, or whatever lights or whatever's going on behind your eyelids. Then open your eyes. Now you could see things around you, right? But then I want you to close your eyes again. Now, imagine a purple elephant. Take time to imagine a purple elephant. Do you see a purple elephant? But your eyes are closed. How are you seeing a purple elephant if your eyes are closed, huh? Right? So there it is. That's that third eye that we speak of. And what's interesting about this eye is that you have the power over it. But it also can be a stream of a stream of information. It could also bring you information. It's a giver and receiver. Whereas these eyes, these physical eyes, Open your eyes now if you haven't already. These physical eyes can really mostly just see what's out there, right? See what's going on around you. It doesn't really see much beyond the physical, what's already there. You can't really create an image out of nowhere from these physical eyes. These physical eyes can only see what's right there in front of you. Whereas if you close these eyes, shut off this capability of this eye for a second, and then start to imagine something, you can create anything you want to see. Anything you want to see. You can make it a whole scene, a whole dream, a whole vision, or just one thing. Even words. You could even see words. So it's very interesting, this capability. That is one of those utilizing the omnipresence, energy, wisdom, capability beyond the physical space. It's a canvas that you literally can create anything and see anything you want, whether it makes logical sense or not. It's a place that has no rules whatsoever. It's an eye capability, a seeing capability that has no rules other than your free will to see whatever you want, whether on the negative or the positive. And it's up to you if you want to have a positive experience. It's up to us to see things that make our nervous system and our heart and our soul feel good. And if we choose to see things that do not make our nervous system or our heart feel good, then we tend to have the result of sadness or depression or fear. But some of us don't have control over that capability of how to use the tool of that eye. And this is where some practices I could definitely guide you through can help. One calls it meditation. I love one of my teachers that I love how he explains, he calls it inner engineering, Sadhguru Jaggi Vasudev, or another person would just call it whimsical imagination. At least that's what I call it. You're using your whimsical imagination to work for you rather than against you. Or call it nothing at all, but just a capability that you have. And if you wish to use it to help you, you can. Or you could use it and continue your life unconsciously using it, and it goes against you. Or sometimes it might help you because on accident, right? So that's what I love about what he's saying, though, is that you have this power to shut out, you have the independence to shut out his power or let it in, allow it to be. If you want to learn more on how to utilize this eye to practice with this one, you can contact me. You can hit me up on FaithPrayerCircles@gmail.com, and I'll be happy to guide you and guide you through that practice. And we can practice together. It takes some time and it takes some dedication for sure. But yeah, so we're talking about the senses. We have those physical senses, and we have the non-physical senses, right? We have smell. Some people can smell things that aren't even actually there in the room, but somehow spirit or something brings them just a quick whiff of a scent that reminds them, then brings a thought and reminds them of their grandpa that passed, or their family member that passed, or that friend, or this memory. So then it triggers information for them to share. Or some people, I think I already said hear. Some people can taste random things that just come out of nowhere that also kind of help us remember something and trigger a memory. And so there's the knowing, yeah, and there's so many, there's a few more, and I'm not even on point with it right now, but you get me. So for those of you who are more interested in that, we could talk about that as well. But my point is, we have these capabilities. Whether you choose to exercise those muscles, explore those capabilities and those muscles or not is up to you. And it doesn't really matter if you do or not. It's not a good thing or a bad thing. I used to judge and think, why wouldn't anybody want to explore their full capacity of what their human body can do? That's what I used to think. But then I realized, and I'm even being reminded now as we're reading this, not everybody wants to explore. And a lot of people have fear. A lot of people have fear because of the unknown and how much we do not know. Scientists don't know about that non-physical parts of us, so non-physical capabilities. There's so much they don't know, and the little information that we do know is still making people feel a little on edge. But more people are becoming more open to it as more people's capability is getting stronger, getting more clear. The information is more out there that it's even possible. And as the lies that we were fed of the physical capabilities being most important are starting to break down. They've been breaking down because that the physical is finite. It doesn't hold in the test of time. It doesn't hold truth for a long time. It only can be present of a reality for just a short amount of time. And the infinite, the non-physical, is infinite by nature, and it stands the test of time. So naturally, anything physical will start to break down. I mean, you're going to die one day. We're going to pass away one day, right? So this physical body is not going to stay, but yet our essence, our spirit will always be and always is, and is not destructible. It's indestructible, you know? So I I open this up for you to experiment. Experiment with yourself. Experiment with what you can do. Become curious about what this human, superhuman ability, mind, body, all the tools that we've been gifted with can do, right? Um, Mentally, emotionally, physically, spiritually, all the things. We've been gifted a brain, and our brain is a tool that is not us, right? One of my teachers, Sakuru, he would say, I am not the body, I am not even the mind. A mantra that has helped me so much to more and more liberate myself from the mind, liberate myself from the body, so that I can understand that I am not those things. I am the infinite being that is utilizing the tools of those things. And how much more power has been given back to me because of the education, the awareness, the understanding of that. And more of it is coming to my awareness every day. Now that I have that awareness, or I've been having that awareness, I've just been in exploration mode. And I wish that for you, that you too will be in exploration mode, and just this kind of every day is play and fun and interesting. Like, wow, you're finding out more and more and more about what these tools can do, how they can work for you. And I find wisdom and information from certain masters all over the world who have practiced using these tools, these instruments of the brain and of the body, in such a way where they have optimal life and a more happy and joyful life, where they're utilizing more of the capabilities. They're exploring the capabilities of what the possibilities that these tools can do. And we may not experience or know all of the capabilities that the mind and the body can do in one lifetime. It may take many lifetimes for that, but just the question, the curiosity, and the beginnings of understanding that we are not the mind, we are not the body. Those are just vessels that we utilize to hold us to then make our own destiny is amazing. I feel it's so amazing. And so I wish this for you, and I pray to the creator, to the master of all things, to spirit guides, the angels, just all the beings of the heavenly realm, of that which is in foundationally rooted in love and joy and compassion, in the heavenly mind and the heavenly way. I thank you so much for this awareness, for this clarity, and for teaching us this information, and teaching us how to utilize the mind and the body in the most optimal and best way for the highest and best quality living conditions, lifestyle, day-to-day experiences, and to give of service, to be of service, and towards the highest good for ourselves and for all. How do we best utilize these tools? And can you guide us? Can you guide us on better understanding these tools and in help us be more liberated from these tools in such a way that is healthy for us and everybody involved, and help us become friends, allies with these tools, the mind and the body, rather than enemies or dictators towards them, or being um, attacked by them because they've maybe turned on us in some kind of way. And I just thank you so much for helping us have a healthy, beautiful, cohesive allyship, relationship, friendship with the mind and with the body, so that we are all one. And this is yoga. Yoga means union, so that we are yoga, so that we are in alignment, and so that our body and our mind takes commandments from us rather than ruling our lives uncontrollably and creating misery, so that our body and our mind has an understanding with us, and releases and liberates us from confusion, and rather is in clarity, in alignment with clarity, and again in friendship with us, our spirit, so that we can utilize it in such a way so that we have a divine and beautiful and fun experience every single day, the best experience that we can every single day, being bursting with joy every day, unapologetically our authentic selves. Man, I've been having a lot of trip ups on my words this episode, and that's okay, anyways. But yes, so that's my wish for you. That's my wish for us. And I just thank you so much for teaching us and guiding us in such a gentle and wonderful way, in the most fun way that it can be. For may we learn and teach our children and our family and our community, and guide us on how we can help others learn this as well, so that they may be masters of themselves, masters of their own mind. So we may be masters of our own mind, masters of our body, and therefore masters of our time, masters of our emotion as well, right? And so it is. And I thank you, friends from the heavenly realm, for helping us take control of this, and also helping us have that compassion and that integrity and that grace within our spirits to allow people to be as they want to be in their misery if they want to stay in their misery. Some people want to just stay in their misery, and it's unconscious. Some of them don't choose to be in their misery because they just decide that. It's just an unconscious fear to be in anything else because it's an unknown space, and that's okay. We just let them be. And maybe, just maybe, our love and our gentleness and our grace and our kindness would be the thing that wakes them up and helps them have a curiosity or a desire to have something better, right? And to begin the process of exploring. Some people, it takes the imprint of love, not judgment, which I've been realizing this literally in the last few months more and more and more. And grace, as grace has come upon me even more, and grace has been activated in me even more. And I've been realizing some people, we don't need to judge. And Yahweh, and let's take this moment as well to ask for forgiveness for wherever we have been in judgment of others and of ourselves. Please forgive us for judging others. Please forgive us for judging ourselves. Forgive us of our sin in that way. Thank you so much for clearing our brain, clearing our conscience of that, even though there's nothing to be forgiven about. The Master, the Creator, always loves you, always loves us regardless, no matter what. We are the children of God. So really asking for forgiveness is only for our own conscience, to clear our own self so that we feel better. And, just to take care of our health. But so I do ask Baba, just please forgive me. And in the act of forgiving yourself and asking for forgiveness, it's like you forgive yourself. And it's like you also are taking responsibility out loud, right? We're taking responsibility for our mistakes. When we ask for forgiveness, we're taking responsibility for our mistakes and letting the Creator know that, hey, I see where I've messed up. Okay, I see it. So I'm going to let that go. I forgive myself and move on, right? That's really what asking for forgiveness is about. Because the Master has already forgiven us. There's nothing to forgive in the Master's eyes, in the Creator's eyes. That's why the sun still shines for us every day, no matter what you did, no matter how heinous and no matter how pure. That's why the trees still bear fruit for you to feed you so your belly is full, no matter how heinous or how pure you've been that day. No matter what anybody's judgment is of how bad or good you are still loved and forgiven anyways. So really, when we ask for forgiveness, that's only for our own clearing. It's really forgiving ourselves, taking ownership of what we have done, where we have made a mistake, and letting ourselves be cleared and let that go. So when you ask for forgiveness, remember that it's just you forgiving yourself. And so again, I ask, please clear my mistakes of wherever I've judged anybody in their process of healing, of realizing themselves, of just anything that they've done, any way I've judged. Forgive me, forgive me. And the way I've judged myself, forgive me, forgive me. Forgive us. And I thank you so much. In Jesus Christ's name I pray. Amen and Ashe. But anyway, so when we are discovering ourselves, activating ourselves, taking care of ourselves, and exploring the allyship and the friendship, how to utilize the tools of the mind and the body, we can inspire others. Some people might not be aware that they're in their misery. They don't choose the misery. They're just not even aware that they can even control it, that they can do something about it, And then some people are aware of it. It's not our job, right? For those that practice being in this kind of clarity, it's not our job to change people. It took me a lot of years to figure this one out and to let this one go. But it's not our job to change people. It's not our job, I've learned, to judge somebody's process. But being a pillar of love, as a friend said recently, I love Katie, you know who you are, I love you so much. She said, I am a pillar of love. I am a touch point of love. And so I've been saying that ever since I met her about a month ago. And I'm so grateful for this new friendship and this new connection of Katie in my life. But she said, I am a touch point of love. And when she said that, I instantly had a vision of my mind as if everything around us is dark and, zombies, and everybody's just walking around like, oh, there's a lot of pain. Where's relief? Where's relief? And just in random places all over the world, there's little lights, little lamps, or little pillars just around that beam out light, and they're touch points of love. They're places, they're safe spaces. Like when you play tag, you're playing tag with friends and you're like, you don't want to get hurt, you don't want to get touched, whatever. You don't want to get caught. And then you find the safe space. You guys agreed the couch is a safe space. This wall is a safe space. The door is safe. If I touch that door, I'm safe. You can't get me. I get to chill. I get to relax and be at ease for a second until I leave again, So in this way, it's almost that way, right? If you also can look at life as a big, silly game, that we are touch points as faith prayer warriors. We are here to practice being touch points of love, being pillars of love. And there's many others and many other faiths and many other ways that they come to the same understanding. And it doesn't matter. That's semantics of how anybody comes to the realization of being a touch point of love. Who cares if it's through the Christian door, the Muslim door, the Hindu door, the native door, the Taoist door, the African door. Like, it doesn't matter what door you come to the understanding of being the love in the room. That doesn't matter. But here in our circle too, this is what my goal is for us, right? We are practicing together. And why do I say we are practicing together? Because we're not going to be perfect at it every day. And we need each other's help to remind us and to help us increase our faith, to remember who we are, that we have that capability. Like Spirit says, we have that independence, like Yogananda says. Spirit, Yogananda, one and the same. You, me, one and the same, right? But we have that power and that capability. So this circle is reminding us of that power and that capability. So we are touch points, pillars of love. So wherever we go, it is our duty to be our full, complete, and authentic self, dedicated to the practice of being our best selves. Mentally, emotionally, physically, spiritually, creatively, financially, any other way that we can, from deep within, looking within to check ourselves lovingly and with grace so that we may shine, so that we may clear away the layers of gunk, of false identity, of fear, of lies that cover our light, so that we may be a lamp or that pillar of light in this darkness, this foggy space that can be uncertain, of an illusion of life, so that people who have even less clarity than us, again, that doesn't make them less than us or better than us, or us better than them or less than them, but they just may have less clarity of who they are than we do. So us being who we are and our radiance, and they come to us like, oh, what's over there? And they come and they see, and just by being around us, they heal, they become more clear, thinking, feeling, being, seeing, knowing. By seeing our example, they become more clear, thinking, hearing, feeling, seeing, knowing. By our prayer, they get touched by that which is far beyond our understanding in the air. And they get to have experience with that mystical, omnipresent energy that helps them activate and come to. This is one way that we can change people too, just by being the love in the room. Being the love in the room with a big smile, non-judgmental as best as we can. Keeping ourselves calm, at peace, and at ease. Being the medicine. Being the medicine. Right? Not needing to change anything around or anyone. Just being the medicine. And again, we're not going to get this perfect every day. Some days, like I said, I woke up on the wrong side of the bed. Thank goodness for this prayer circle, because it reminded me, it brought me back to focus again on what's important. And I'm so grateful for this space. I'm so grateful for your practice and your dedication with me on these things, on these tools. I'm grateful for that. I'm really happy about it. Because just like the weather changes and goes up and down, goes cloudy and sunny, goes extreme and goes light, so does our attention, right? As humans, so does our focus, And we have this human condition that just comes with being human for some reason. It's like an amnesia. We're born with this amnesia, forgetting who we are, that we are these infinite beings. We're born with this kind of amnesia. And then throughout our life, we meet or come somehow in contact with other touch points of light, other pillars of light, other people who help inspire us and spark us awake again to remember who we are, so that we can activate to then be a touch point, a pillar of light for others, so they can wake up and remember again too. And it's like a silly game, because the creator created this whole thing in this way. And some would say that we chose and agreed to be a part of that, so we may enjoy the game of experiencing life and the feeling and all the things, and using the tool, the instrument of this body to experience all the things. I see how one would want to come back and do it again. Makes sense. It's interesting. And then another way that we can help others, right, is by practicing ourselves, practicing realizing. So coaching, if you need coaching, I can help you with this, but practicing realizing I am not the body, I am not even the mind. I have it right here on the whiteboard, if you could see there. I used to put it up, I used to print it out and put it up. Sometimes I read it, sometimes I just had it up in the early when I was like 19, 20 and so on. I would print it, put it on the wall. At first, I read it for a little bit on the wall, but then I just stopped reading it and just kind of, it was subconsciously coming to my mind and the activations and the realizations of it. Not to mention the mystical and magical um, prayer, healing, and whatever it is that comes from a teacher, from a guru, from a master, from someone who is already enlightened. Their prayer and their intention that they hold and the energy they hold, the connection that they have with source and with that which is beyond this physical experience, just being in contact with them or hearing a message from them, their prayer then enlightens us. Their prayer then touches us and starts to activate things as well. And I say this like, there's many prayers I've prayed that affect you, right? I don't have to physically be there with you, physically see you every day, but there's just daily prayers I pray for the highest good of all. I end my prayer with, right? And by that way, my prayer affects you. And then you become more aware of something or get the blessing of something without me even having to know you, right? And in this way, a guru, if you look up the word guru, is just basically someone who's holding like a lamp. It's like they're a light, they're a pillar of light. They're not this like celebrity kind of like someone to look up to and someone to, you know, what is that word that one would say, to grandize or there's a word I'm looking for, but they're not someone that you make higher than yourself, and they're not someone you look down on either. They're just another pillar of light. That's literally what the word guru is, a pillar of light. Someone who's already mastered what we have the capability to do. And they're just the delivery man or woman, just sending the message through like, hey, I got a message for you. Here's the good news. You want to do this too? You can. You don't have to. It's up to you. But if you want peace, if you want a better world, this is the way to do it. If you are indifferent, well, don't worry about it. Move on. You know? And this is what it's saying. There is no such thing as fate. I didn't know that. That's good to know. I'm reading this. I didn't know that. You make your own destiny. But let me tell you, for those of you who maybe have been listening for a while, I read some of these things. I listen to some of these things. I don't read too much. I only read what Spirit has guided me and told me to read, because Spirit, there's things I want to read. I really want to, but Spirit tells me, no, don't read them, because Spirit didn't want Yahweh has said, I don't want your mind like filled with too much. So then when I'm doing my channeling and my psychic things and conduit work and just sending you a message, so then I won't be too filled up with junk in my mind. So then I can actually give the message that's coming through of information that I'm just learning in the moment as it's coming out. Not because I read it and it's coming from my ego and from my calling upon something that I read, but coming from mystical, divine intelligence, wisdom, source, from that space within the world. It's almost like some call it the Akashic records, or that divine library that we can all call upon to gather any information we want. It's always accessible. And then so Spirit tells me, I want you to read only these certain books, and there's only certain things I do read. And Spirit tells me for things like this, right, to slow down the moment, to break down some things, but also for the pleasure of just reading, to give me the pleasure of reading and the pleasure of just being in the present moment, and to practice being in the present moment. It's interesting because there is that space of like at the divine library that we can always access. And I've experimented with this. This is just a side note. And if you'd like to explore that, we can talk more. But it's interesting because I've accessed a bunch of wisdom, like deep wisdom, just from accessing this space in the universe of this divine infinite wisdom of this library, right? Now, there was a positive and a negative to that. The positive was, wow, I can access this, and I don't even have to read this whole long book to know something about the deep core of something. And I've gathered a bunch of golden nuggets from that. But then, if you're not ready for that information, if your vessel is not ready to hold that information, if your environment is not ready to hear that information, and if you don't even know what to do with that information, it could be troublesome. It could be troublesome to have golden nuggets without knowing what to do with it, or without the environment being ready for it. If you're, because naturally you're going to want to share that information, but some around you aren't ready to hear it or don't want to hear it. So at the beginnings, what I've learned is it's best not to ask for too much. It's best not to ask for too much. Be careful what you ask for. Because when I was about 18, I asked for wisdom, and oh my gosh, so much wisdom came, and it's great. And I'm grateful for it because I'm very happy. But there's a caveat to it. There's not many people around me that have the same understanding, or or that didn't for a while. Now I'm being led to others who have that kind of deep understanding. But if you think about like the masters in the planet, they were pretty much loners, because there was very few people who had the understanding that they had. And I'm not putting myself amongst those most high, but this is where we strive, right? Whether consciously or unconsciously, we strive for that total liberation and freedom and realization, self-realization. And I've realized a lot, and there's so much more that keeps every day, literally, because I do meditate. I'm in a practice of like what they call meditation, or like just looking at myself every day. I'm deeply looking at myself. And before, it was very, very critical. And this is where the recent lesson and understanding of grace has been coming in for me, to give ourselves kindness and not to judge ourselves so harshly, and yet still also be able to look at ourselves in a way of just constructive criticism rather than beating ourselves down kind of criticism. But constantly, I'm always looking at myself, and I'm willing to change. I'm willing to change. That's the key. That's really the key for why it has gone so fast too. Because I get comments often, oh, you're so young to have such a wisdom. And most of my friends are elders or older. Most of them, not all of them, but for a while, even when I was young in my 20s, the majority of my friends were elders. And one would say that's an old soul. I don't really know what it is, but it's just what resonates with me. And the wisdom that I realized so quickly, or that would come in and that I would realize, it's really wisdom that I would just realize more and more and more. The speed of which I would realize it would be quick, because now that I'm looking back, it's because of how dedicated I was to looking within on a daily basis. And most of us, some of us choose not to look within because it's too painful, because it's hard, because it's difficult, because we're arrogant, or because we're prideful or something like this, right? And we tend to get in our own way from receiving the liberation that we can receive, to clear some of those unfavorable characteristics, so that we may be more in integrity and our divine sovereignty and grace. So we may be more of a heavenly mind and a heavenly heart and a heavenly body. So we may be more of a heaven on earth, But that's okay. It's not a judgment towards anybody that does that, or who doesn't do the work, quote unquote. But that's just how it is, right? Looking at things how it is. That's what a few of my teachers would say. And it made me realize, yes, that's true. That makes sense. We got to look at things how it is. Whether we like it or not, it doesn't matter. That's not the thing. That gives us liking something or not liking something only gives us the information of what we need to know of whether we should move away from it or stay close to it. But liking it or not liking it, it doesn't really matter. It doesn't change the fact of whatever it is. Things are what they are. So our only job is to look at things as they are and make decisions from there of what we want to do, how we want to create our own destiny. Take things with a grain of salt, take some information, or leave the rest. No point in judging what doesn't work for us. Just leave it alone, right? Maybe it works for somebody else and they can pick it up. Or maybe it works for no one at all and it becomes one of those things that does not stand the test of time because it's not in alignment with truth, right? But the reason for some of my wisdom that has come so quick and so young. And at first I had some fear about this. Recently I have been having some fear. I had some fear about it, but I'm reconciling. And I'm realizing tremendous possibilities are happening for me, And I've also had to learn, because for those of you who may be going through the same kind of thing, your wisdom realization is happening so quick because you're so dedicated to looking within. So the speed of, and you're open to change. That's what I was saying. Open to change. The more open you are to change, the faster change, I've noticed, at least in my experience, seems to happen. And yes, like I said, it is difficult for some people to be open to change because it's too painful to look within. It's too painful. And I can vouch, yes, it is. It can be a painful process and it could be an ugly process because not everything we see within, especially if we were covered with so much crap, is beautiful. And it can be hard to come to terms with some of the things that we see. But if you open to it, then you become more expanded a little quicker. And it makes sense then how the speed of light came to be. At least to me, I don't know. I'm just making something up. But my wish for you is that the process of your self-realization is graceful, is peaceful, is fun, is an exploration that's like a childlike one. My wish for you is that your self-realization process is smooth as best as possible, is filled with so much love and so much grace to yourself, self-respect, ownership, friendship, taking ownership of yourself, responsibility, right? Accountability. Becoming friends and having the most deep love that you can with yourself. My wish for you is that the process of your self-realization becomes so complete and full that you will never again mistake who you are and how to even utilize that information of who you are towards the highest good for all. May you be well and may you be balanced and blessed and in good health, financially, mentally, emotionally, physically, spiritually, creatively, in any other way that is able to be. And may you experience the joy of all of that and the prosperity. So like I was saying, last point was that some of us, we're in this, there is no race. But if you're naturally looking at yourself every day with grace, with kindness, you're bound to discover things. And in that process of discovering, your environment may need to change and will change because the speed with which you are evolving, the environment or maybe the people around you aren't evolving as quickly. Maybe they aren't doing that work like that so quickly. So it can be hard if we aren't realizing that's what's happening, that our environment is upgrading with us as we're upgrading. It can be hard to let some of the things go, especially if we're so attached, especially to things like family, friends, community, our job, right? We're attached to this like security and having to know how routine is going to be, where things are going to come from. How can we liberate ourselves from attachment to those things, even to go with the flow? How can we liberate ourselves to be to align our will with God's will. So that as things are there for the moment that they are there, we enjoy them. And when it's time for them to go or you to go, then you just let it go. No big deal, no problem. But of course, there's a natural process of mourning, of grief that also happens. But we don't have to make it heavy. It could be a very light acknowledging and release and let go. I'm getting a vision now, spirits, because I'm in a transition right now where I'm upgrading and the environment's upgrading. And so like is no longer attracting like. I've learned the lesson, I've received the lesson, and I've given the medicine of what I have to give the environment. And at first, I reacted in a sense of fear and like, oh, trying to hold on. Excuse me. But then the universe made me realize very quickly in meditation, in vision, and helping me as I went within and communicated with the spirit, and helped me realize to let it go, because this means there's upgrade happening for everybody. And there's so much more into it. I was able to see where I was holding on, where there was things I just needed to just let go of, ideas and constructs and who I am and who I thought I was and all these things, all in most recently even more. So now I'm ready to let go. And I'm happy, and I'm going into what's coming, what's new, with wonderment, with curiosity, with gratitude, with grace, even, and faith. And faith. I trust the great divine to show me how I shine. I trust the great divine. And I've said this many times before, this mantra. Anyway, I trust the great divine to show me how I shine. I trust the great divine is showing me the way, is showing me what is possible, what we can do. And even if that means we have to let go of what we knew before and trust that everything will be okay, that's what we have to do in order for us to truly be happy and joyful and liberated. So I pray this for you. I pray that you have a smooth transition into whatever you're moving into, wherever you're upgrading into, within and around you. Namaste. And so let's finish with just a little bit more about what this card says. It says, you can remedy your mistakes because God has given you reason and will. First, you must make up your mind. Then hold your will steadily to your purpose until it is completed. So this is just letting us know that once you are clear about what you want to do, then keep your focus on it until you've completed it. That is creating your fate, right? That is creating your own destiny. I mean, focus, diligence, perseverance, and clarity, being clear about what it is that you're wanting. This one has been so difficult for me. I understand that it was in the past because I wasn't clear for a long time. I didn't know what I wanted. And then I wanted so many things. And then I realized, oh, shoot, I wanted too much. And then, it's like now I'm simplifying. And literally just yesterday, actually, I had a realization to let go of, I don't want anything anymore. I don't want anything. I just want, the only thing I realigned my will with God again. And I find myself doing this often where I have to remember, remind myself the focus and my intention is to keep my will aligned with God's will. So again, I let go and said, you know what? I don't want anything except for whatever God, I want to see. What does God want me to have? That's what I want. What does God want me to have? That's what I want. What does God have capable for me? That's what I want. I was kind of like just letting it go, letting my desires go, my goals, my this, that, whatever, and just going with the flow. And realigning and remembering and reminding myself of my intention is, why am I doing this? Why am I doing that? Why do I do what I do for the highest good for all? Discipline yourself to develop your sleeping spiritual powers. Your sleeping spiritual powers. Discipline yourself to develop your sleeping spiritual powers. What does that mean? So those non-physical capabilities we were talking about earlier, they're sleeping. They're not working right now because you have not activated them. So if you discipline yourself enough, it's like going to the gym, right? We don't know how strong we can really be until we go to the gym and start working it out. Not everybody wants to be like an Arnold Schwarzenegger buff, but some people do. You never know. But you definitely won't know if you don't try. Some of us get in our own way because we let beliefs of and fear, propaganda, other people's ideas and fears get in the way, and we take that on as ours, which then blocks us from being able to explore, and it creates judgment. We create judgment about what that process and that discipline is of exploring our spiritual powers. Some of us have blocked ourselves unconsciously, unknowingly, just because it's the society we grew up in that told us that's the devil, or that is this, or that is weird because it's different from others. But it really is you, it's your capabilities. And if you allow yourself to be open to exploring the possibilities of you, then you really can design your life the way you want to, rather than having somebody else's ideas covering up your willpower, chaining down your willpower to discover yourself, rather than having somebody else's ideas navigate your life, create your life. Unconsciously, most of us have been unaware of that somebody else chose, somebody else's ideas, somebody else's way has been what we've used to block off our willpower to create our own life. So my goal for you is liberation. May you be liberated from that. May you be liberated from the ideas and the constructs of what anybody else has said or thought or whatever that keeps you from discovering, or that has blocked you from discovering, from being curious, from exploring the capabilities that are you, that is truth, that is in alignment with truth, in alignment with love. May that be unlocked for you so you can heal us, right? So you can even heal us. So then when you're activated, we're more activated, and we bounce off the activation for each other. And don't worry, we have that human amnesia. So we might go backwards a little bit and forget for a second. And then we have each other to remind each other and heal each other again. That's why we pray together and call upon the wisdom of beyond our physical understanding and ask for help and community and friendship as well. So it says, discipline yourself so you can activate those sleeping powers, claim your divinity, unite your consciousness with God, and receive blessings direct from his hand. So let's close out with calling that. And we thank you, Creator. We thank you, Holy Creator, Holy Master. Thank you, Yahweh. Thank you, Spirit Team. Thank you, Spirit Guides. Thank you, friends. Thank you, angels, ancestors, guardians, warring angels, tribe of light, whatever it is you call that which is of the heavenly realm, are on our side in helping us be in excellent spiritual, creative, mental, emotional, physical, spiritual, financial health. We thank you for this information. We thank you so much for unblocking us, for helping us, for teaching us, for helping us be the masters of our life, of our time, our energies, our tools, our essence, so that we may unite our consciousness with you. Help us unite our consciousness with you, the Master, the Creator, so that we may receive the blessings from your direct hand, Yahweh. So we may receive the blessings from your direct hand. And please clear away any of the blockages that could be in the way for that. Any fears, any illusions, instabilities, right? Confusions. And may the process be such a graceful, peaceful, and pleasurable, experience, rather than through pain, if possible. But we trust and know your way is best. You know exactly what is needed, what is what. Thank you for helping us develop in love, in trust, for empowering us, for strengthening us, for healing us, for delivering us. I thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, friends. Thank you, family. Thank you, family. Thank you, spirit family. I feel they're partying now. And so I pray this and I thank you so much for this wonderful day. Thank you for the blessings of today. Thank you for the blessings of everything around us and within us. Thank you for helping us. Help us maintain, Yahweh. Can you help us maintain this clarity and the clarity that you bring to us and the energy of that clarity? Grounded, help us grounded and rooted, really rooted deep into the earth so that we may truly be strong pillars of love. No matter where we go, no matter what's happening around us, help us unapologetically be free and liberated in shining that clarity and sharing that and being that understanding. No matter where we are, no matter where we go, no matter what's going on. And if we ever should trip up and go backwards a little bit or forget a little bit or lose our way in any kind of way, please help us come back into alignment and clarity very quickly, right away, immediately, Yahweh. Please help us with that. Please help us come back into alignment very quickly so we may remain on the path of love, so we may remain on that righteous path, that sovereign, graceful, compassionate, joyful, full of light, pillar of light and love path. Thank you for being our friend, Abba. Thank you for being our friend, Yaya. Thank you for being our confidant, our teacher, our way shower, our lover. Thank you so much for helping us clear away the crap, the bull, and replacing it with a realization of who we truly are and helping us be confident in that. Thank you for giving us true confidence. Thank you for, and please help us maintain a sense of humor through it all. Please help us maintain and cultivate and activate the sense of humor within us. Activate the sense of humor within my prayer for Faith Prayer Warriors, this tribe, and anyone connected to us. Help us see the humor of it and maintain humor and humility as well, humbleness. Activate the humility, help the humility be as well in all the stages of the process. Help us have a great friendship with each other, with you. Nahakini nuku nia. Nihamo ko nihare nahakashano ko kini rabat. Nihani nihare nihakate tiro kuru kinyat. Agaya hoko kinira bigo kinira hati shidigi. Nihuku nihane nayati nera luludi diayat niridi. Namaste. Naha kira kokina lelela kutsu kuhuini hagi moku niani nia moku hini niati tukuru nia anerati. Ahana hanku kokunya hakushu kokanya ahaka kokoya na ayana hayatu. Aina hai ni hihano umoya ni niama. Ahane ni nuku koko yoku koko koko shino koko koko no kokanya no kokanya no kokanya na ya kokonya na ya ti. Aya ni hokanya ana haikshotania de agono kurikinyara diemba o kinyari senare lele ko amaya bombujinere kunihare nerheni hara ngani hata alele akoko yana inya katese turku enihinira o kunya hana akenyena yoko kokienere sita shukuru shukuru nihama o kuyene nema karautu shukuru Mihoku nia mama kurinia baba chundurukuye bikani chendere dia. Nice. Many blessings to you, friend. Many, many blessings. Many blessings. I thank you so much. Thank you for blessing this day, Yahweh. In Jesus Christ's name, I love to pray, but I also acknowledge every single faith around this whole world because we are brothers and sisters in love. We are brothers and sisters. We are all children of God, and we are one.